Well, hey guys, what's up? It's your boy AI Legends, and today I shall be uploading the next part of What If Naruto was the reincarnation of Anu's voldigoad. So guys, without any further ado, let us start this video. But before starting this video, I would like to make a request to all of you guys who are watching this video to subscribe to my channel because I'm quite near to 4000 subscribers, as well as I want to progress as quick as possible so that I could make more videos like this. So it would be quite help to me if you guys subscribe to my channel. So without any further ado, let us start our video. Last time we left off at the Chunin exams where preliminary exams happened because I did not wanted to put Naruto against Kiba. So I put Naruto against Rock Lee as it was a great battle, as Naruto truly enjoyed the battle, but in the end Naruto was able to defeat even Rock Lee, as Rock Lee did not even injure Naruto, as everyone was quite surprised when Naruto was able to heal Rock Lee with a single snap of his finger. Tsunade wanted to learn that jutsu which could actually save many people in Konoha, but Naruto told her that it was a special jutsu and she cannot use it, as she was quite angry about it. But still, right now she had to train Menma and Mito, and she will get the secret thanks to the council, because the council will force Naruto to teach Tsunade this jutsu. So without any further ado, let us start our part. Here we have a timescape. In this timescape of 1 month to the finals of the Chunin exams, because most of your people wanted the Chunin exams as quick as possible. So here we have a timescape. In this month, Menma and Mito were able to learn Sage Mode, because I wanted it to be like that, as even though it took Naruto much time, but thanks to the Shadow Clones, they were able to learn the Sage Mode as well as, let's see, and many other techniques. So here we start the Chunin exam. First match was Naruto versus Neji. As the battle finally begins, as Proctor said, alright, the first one to get knocked out or got killed will be disqualified, as both sides nodded, and then Proctor said, alright, begin. As on the stands, as Sakura and everyone was there, as Menma said, that demon, I'm going to beat him up when I see him in the finals. As Tenten speak up, there is no way that that demon could actually defeat Neji. He's the strongest Genin. As Menma said, I could defeat him easily, and I will defeat him. After all, he was the one who beat Hinata. Neji, just finish this demon already. As all of them were thinking like this. As far as Sasuke is still late for now, as Proctor said, alright, begin. As Neji said, smirk and said, alright, you little demon, just give up already. The destiny has already declared me the winner. As Naruto did not even pay him any mind and said, well, your destiny, it seems that you have quite faith in destiny. As Neji started to praise about his destiny, that destiny has written everything. As Naruto started to laugh and said, well, I do not care about this destiny of yours, because I can control my destiny, and if I does not like my destiny, I change it quite easily, to be honest. As Neji said, as if a demon like you could ever do anything about it. Your destiny is written to be hated as well as to die by my hands. As Neji activated his Byakugan, as he started to rush towards Neji with incredible speed, as all the people were surprised that Neji was moving this fast, because Neji in this time was training, because he saw the strength of Naruto, that even the inner gates were not able to hurt Naruto. So he was training in this time, as he said, demon, your demon power is now sealed. As he delivered 64 palms, 2 palms, 8 palms, 16 palms, 32 palms, 64 palms, as Neji delivered his 64 palms, as all the Genins were cheering, yeah, kill that demon. As all the people were cheering, yeah, kill the demon, Hyuga. As all those people were cheering, as Neji had a smirk on his face and said, just as I said, you demon, your destiny is sealed. As Naruto was on the ground, as Proctor started to walk towards Naruto, as he said, well, it seemed that he's knocked out. He was about to declare Neji the winner, and then everyone could heard the laughter that was coming from Naruto, as Naruto stood up like nothing happened, as Neji's eyes widened, as he saw all the chakra, a strange power he was actually seeing in Naruto's body. It started to change color into different colors, like rainbow colors. It was mana. As Naruto finally stood up, as he started to laugh and said, well Neji, that was truly impressive, but to be honest, this is all you have? as Neji gritted his teeth. There's no way. How can a demon like you got rid of my technique? As all the Hyugas were utterly shocked and surprised at the same time, as Hiashi said, there's no way that a demon like him could actually counter our technique. As all the elders there were quite surprised, as Naruto said, well, it was quite pathetic to be honest, but I do not have time to waste with a weakling like you. As Neji was quite angry and said, well, you little demon, as he started to rush towards Naruto, angry that his technique did not work. After all, the 8 trigram 64 palms was the pride of Hyuga clan. As Neji started to attack Naruto, but Naruto was just moving so fast as not even a single attack actually hit Naruto, as Naruto was dodging all these attacks as well as mocking Neji on his face, as Neji was quite angry, as Naruto started to laugh and said, well, it was truly pathetic to be honest. Now it is time for me to finish the battle. Guess what, Neji? I will not move from this position. Heck, I will not even mold chakra or do any jutsu. And now I shall destroy you. As Neji smirked and said, you really think that, you little demon, that you could not using your demonic power could actually defeat me? I'm a prodigy. The destiny has declared me. But before he could complete his sentence, a shockwave hit Neji's mouth as Neji was sent flying into the wall. As everyone was shocked, none of them saw anything. Not even Hokage, Jiraiya, or the Sanis did not saw anything, as they were quite surprised. Even Orochimaru, who was hiding in this time, was quite shocked that he did not even saw anything, as Neji said, what did you do to me? But before he could say any other word, he started to hit from the shockwaves from all over, as Neji was now bleeding from his mouth, his eyes, all of his body seems to be broken, as Neji was still standing, as he said, what? As Naruto said, oh, my apologies, it is just my heart, as he removed his jacket, which he always wear, just like in this photo, you know, the jacket that Ano's voldigoad has, that type of, as Naruto removed his jacket as he pointed towards his heart, as everyone was utterly shocked as Neji activated his Byakugan, and then he saw the shockwaves coming towards him in the rapid speed, even though he could see it, but he could not counter it or anything like it. As he started to get beaten up pretty badly, everyone was utterly shocked that Naruto, only the heartbeat of Naruto, was destroying the prodigy of the Hyuga clan, as Neji was sent flying through the wall with a single attack, as Neji was knocked out pretty badly. As Naruto said, well, quite pathetic, as he started to walk back. No Tako no Jutsu for Neji. So Neji is going to be hating Hinata even more. So that is that. As Proctor said, alright, Naruto Uzumaki is the winner, as everyone was utterly shocked, as Menma as well as Mito were gritting their teeth. That demon, how did he learn that jutsu? As they looked toward Jiraiya, as Jiraiya said, well, I've never seen such a jutsu in my whole life. Did you think Third Hokage teach him that, Minato? As Minato said, no, I have never seen such a jutsu, and I don't think that Third Hokage even knows this jutsu. As Kushina said, don't worry, I have a plan. My Menma and Mito are going to win this match. As Jiraiya said, don't be a fool, Kushina. I know that Menma and Mito are strong, but Naruto, he's a demon and he can use the demonic power. As Kushina said, don't worry, I have a plan. As she had an evil smirk on her face. Now, the next battle started to begin. As for Gaara, he started to fight off. Let's see. Sasuke did arrive, but Sasuke did not fight Gaara. Or should I? Yeah. Gaara fought Sasuke and destroyed him completely, because Sasuke's arrogance is on another level, and he did not even care, because the Uchiha clan never died, so Sasuke never trained that much harder, and that is that. But he could use Genjutsu on minor level because Itachi was there to teach him, but a Genjutsu against the Jinchuriki does not work that good. You have to be the master of 3 Tomoe or the Mangekyo Sharingan to put a Jinchuriki into a Genjutsu. So that is that, as Sasuke tried his best to put Gaara in the Genjutsu, but his 2 Tomoe Sharingan in one eye and 1 Tomoe in the other eye was not able to put Gaara in the Genjutsu, which made him even angrier as he smacked Sasuke on the face, sending him flying, breaking his jaw, knocking him out. As Itachi was quite ashamed that his brother did not listen to him and did not try to evolve his Sharingan, as he was busy learning the attack jutsu, the Chidori, and he was not even able to master it because he did not had enough chakra to do it, as Itachi was quite ashamed. So, that is that. Now, the next match, Menma and Mito, they were able to win their matches against their respective people. Now, we have 4 people remaining, as Proctor said, alright, the next match shall be Naruto Uzumaki versus Gaara of the Sand, as Gaara entered into the arena. Now, Uzumaki, you shall prove my existence, as Naruto also vanished in the blue light as he appeared in the arena. As he said, alright, it should be fun. As for Menma and Mito, they were in the separate area as Tsunade arrived at both of them and started to heal both of them so that both of them could be in full power for the next match because they have a new plan to defeat Naruto, as Kushina signaled an ambu as the ambus nodded and went off. Now, as for Naruto, as Proctor said, alright, Gaara of the Sand and Naruto Uzumaki shall fight, as everyone was thinking, yes, these 2 demons will kill each other and they will not have to dirty their hands, as they were cheering for Gaara to kill off the demon, as Naruto said, well, it should be interesting. Now, show me your power, Jinchuriki. As Gaara said, now you shall prove my existence, as the sand started to rush towards Naruto, but before it could actually reach Naruto, it turned into the glass, as Gaara was utterly shocked as he moved his sand back, as all the sand was being turned into glass, as Gaara said, What did you do to my sand? As Naruto said, well, nothing, it is just the magic circle. As Gaara was confused, as Naruto said, look down, as Gaara was utterly shocked, as it was a big circle in the arena, as Naruto said, well, it has different temperature, it is just our body which can tolerate this, but as for your sand, I don't think that it will work that good. It is, you can call me impressed, because even using this circle, not all of your sand was turned into the glass. Though I'm not using my full power, but still, it is impressive. It seems that you have a lot of chakra to keep it in the sand form, as Gaara was angry as he started to rush towards Naruto as well as his sand, but every time his sand tried to hit Naruto, it turned into glass, as Naruto said, well, it is boring, as he snapped his finger as the circle finally disappeared, as Naruto said, well, I need a challenge, so bring it, Gaara, as Gaara said, you shall regret it, as he was quite angry that his sand was being turned into the glass and he was not able to keep up with this. As Kushina nodded at the ambus as ambus arrived, as they started to make hand signs and said, sealing jutsu, the barrier jutsu, as the barrier arrived, as people were confused. Then Minato spoke up and said, well, it seems that this battle is going to be on a different level, just for the protection of the people they shall fight in this barrier, knowing that the Gaara was the Jinchuriki and he could lose control of the Biju, so they could actually kill off Naruto, and by containing it in the barrier, they could actually extract the chakra of the One Tails to use it for their own purposes. As Minato has a smirk on his face, knowing that Naruto will not be able to defeat a Biju, but still, deep in his heart, he has a bit of confusion, or you can say doubt, that Naruto will be able to defeat a Biju, but still, he does not want to think like that. As Naruto said, well, it seems that they have their plan, such a pathetic barrier, to be honest, a single Biju Dama will destroy it, along with the remaining area. I don't know what the Hokage is actually thinking. I thought he was a seal master. Well, that's it that. So much for the seal master, as he started to think like that. As for Gaara, he was getting angrier. None of his sand was actually reaching Naruto. Every time sand arrived, suddenly different elements stop him. As Naruto said, well, it's getting boring, so let me try this, as Naruto pointed a finger towards Gaara as he said, now, let's see how great of a defense you have. And suddenly, a small, you can say the red flaming ball arrived here, a small one, and then it started to rush toward Gaara with incredible speed as it started to grow in size, as Gaara's eyes widened along with everyone, as Gaara suddenly used his sand to block it, but he was utterly shocked when the blast cut boom, as there was a big explosion, sending Gaara flying and slammed into the barrier, as Gaara was utterly shocked as he stood up and said, my blood, as he started to scream, as he started to turn into the Shikaku, as Gaara was already half transformed, as everyone was utterly shocked, as Naruto said, well, it is most, now that is interesting, now bring it on already, I'm itching for a battle. As Gaara started to rush towards Naruto with incredible speed, as Naruto started to dodge Gaara, as Gaara started to use his sand sphere and all, as Gaara was being turned into Shikaku, as Gaara was now losing it. He was not able to hit Naruto, as Naruto had a smile on his face, enjoying the battle, as Gaara was getting angrier, and then suddenly, poof, as Gaara finally transformed into the big Shikaku, shocking everyone, as Jiraiya was thinking that this barrier will be able to hold Shikaku, and they will be able to extract the chakra of Shikaku. And Naruto, they does not think that Naruto is going to survive this. They were happy. After all, Naruto was the demon. Not the demon, but the demon king. As Naruto finally smirked and said, now that is interesting. Well, I can take down this beast, but it will be more fun to watch the horror on the faces of these people, as Naruto started to make hand signs and said, alright, I never used such jutsus, but it seems that it would be fun, as he slammed his hand on the ground, as Shikaku in this time was laughing, thinking that he was finally free, as Naruto said, summoning jutsu, as everyone was thinking that what will be the summoning jutsu of Naruto, and then there was a puff of smoke, the big one, and then everyone's eyes widened when the smoke cleared, as there was a roar could be heard within the barrier, as Naruto was standing on the big summoning, as everyone's eyes widened, as Jiraiya was utterly shocked. He was the one who knows about this legendary summoning, as Jiraiya said, what? How? He can summon Godzilla? And yes guys, Godzilla will be the summoning of Naruto. After all, it is most fitting of the Demon King, the king of monsters. As Jiraiya was utterly shocked as well as shaking his legs as he said, what? How can he summon? The legend is summoning Godzilla. As Minato said, what type of summoning it is? As Jiraiya said, it is the king of summons. All summons, the legendary itself. Only the Sage of Six Paths had this summoning, as everyone was utterly shocked. Kakashi, everyone, as they were quite shocked, as Naruto said, well, let's see how strong you are. Even Shikaku was utterly shocked, because this summoning, the legendary summoning, is known to be as strong as 8 tails, or even stronger than 8 tails. Not as strong as Kurama, the 9 tails, but both of them, if they fought at their full strength, then it would be a great battle. But I think that Kurama will be able to win this still in the end, but still it is a dangerous summoning in itself, as everyone was utterly shocked with a single roar, as Shikaku was sent into the ground, as Shikaku finally stood up and said, I'm not scared of you. I'm a Biju. I don't care if you're the king of summons, the king of monsters, as he started to make a wind bullet and started to rush towards the Godzilla, as Godzilla just made a simple roar. Once again, the 3 wind bullets that were coming towards him shattered into the air, as Shikaku was utterly shocked. Even Gaara, who was on his sleep right now, as Shikaku said, alright, it will do it, as he made the Biju Dama and started to power up, as Naruto said, just finish this already, Godzilla, as Godzilla nodded, and then he started to power up his atomic breath, as Shikaku released his Biju Dama, as the Godzilla released its atomic breath, as the atomic breath did not even struggle, as he completely shattered the Biju Dama and then hit Shikaku on his stomach and on his lower body. As Shikaku started to scream in pain, as Gaara finally woke up, because Shikaku's power was being repelled into the seal. So Gaara finally stood up, but fortunately for him, he finally landed on the sand, as he was pretty bad in condition, as Naruto told Godzilla. As Godzilla finally poof off, you can say, went back, as everyone was utterly shocked, as Naruto finally started to walk towards Gaara, who started to head back, as he was saying, no, I do not want to die, I want people to recognize me, as Naruto went to Gaara, Gaara has his eyes closed, as Naruto put his hand on the head of Gaara, shocking everyone, as Naruto gave him a perfect Taco no Jutsu, the legendary jutsu of all the times. As Gaara finally realized his mistakes, as Naruto said, well, allow me to give you a gift, as Naruto just snapped his finger, as a magic circle arrived on Gaara, as Gaara's seal started to mold into the 8 tetragram seal, as just like the original Naruto seal, as everyone was quite surprised as Naruto was able to alter such a complicated seal with a single snap of his finger, as Gaara finally went to asleep after such a long time. As everyone was shocked as Naruto started to walk towards the barrier, and with a single flick of his finger, as he flicked the barrier, as barrier started to shatter into pieces, and then it shattered completely, shocking everyone as Ambus who were there were utterly shocked. It was an A rank barrier, even though it is not able to hold the Bijus, but still the Bijus has to struggle. After all, even the 10 tails was able to hold in a barrier, but that was stronger and I know it, so that is that. And then Proctor finally came back as they started to talk with Hokage, as Hokage said, alright, I want it to be a royal, battle royal. As Proctor was quite surprised to hear this. After all, there was never a time when there was a battle royal, because it should be the battle between Menma and Mito, and the winner should fight against the winner of this match, which is Naruto Uzumaki, as Proctor told Minato, but Minato just glared at the Proctor, who finally gulped and said, alright, as he went to the ground and announced that it will be a battle royal because so many important personalities are here, so they want to be a great battle, and it will be the battle of siblings, Naruto Uzumaki versus Menma Uzumaki versus Mito Uzumaki. As Menma and Mito has a big smirk on their faces, thinking that Naruto has already fought 2 battles and he will be quite exhausted, and they will be able to take him down thanks to their newly learned techniques and all. So both of them entered into the arena as Naruto said, well, it is getting boring. I just want to end this battle as quick as possible, as Naruto started to head towards the arena, and then Menma said, alright demon, it is time for me to kill you off and fulfill my destiny. After all, I'm the child of prophecy. And Mito said, yeah, I shall help my brother too, you know. You demon, it is time for you to die already. As Naruto started to yawn and said, are you two done already? Just bring it on and show me what you guys got. After all, it is not the first time I'm going to beat your asses. As Menma got angry, as if a demon like you could actually defeat me. Alright, I will show you the true power of Menma Uzumaki, as Proctor said, begin, as Menma started to rush towards Naruto with incredible speed, as Naruto raised an eyebrow because he was using the same speed as Rock Lee, but Naruto was able to dodge all of his attacks like nothing, and then Mito finally unleashed her sword, as she was using the sword in this time thanks to the Kushina, as well as Menma also unsealed his sword, as both of them started to rush towards Naruto using the QB chakra. As he started to mold the QB chakra into the sword, Naruto raised an eyebrow. He was sure that Menma and Mito should not be able to use the power of the QB. After all, once it started to leak, then it would be hard to control it. But Naruto started to dodge the attack. After all, it is nothing but just for fun, as Naruto said, alright, it should be fun. From the nearby tree, he saw, you can say, a stick of wood, as Naruto just picked this stick and said, well, this should be good enough, as Menma said, scared enough. Alright, I shall end you now, as he started to rush towards Naruto with incredible speed, as he bring down his sword with the QB and with his own chakra, as Kushina said, yeah, got the demon, as Naruto used the stick as he blocked the attack, as everyone was utterly shocked when the sword of Menma was shattered, as everyone was utterly shocked, as Naruto said, well, quite pathetic of a sword it is. Who gave you that one? As Menma said, but that is not possible. That sword is made up of the legendary material of the Uzumaki clan. As Naruto said, yeah, whatever. As Mito also started to attack Naruto. Naruto started to enjoy the battle with Mito, as using the sword, clashing the sword against a stick of wood, as Naruto was using the mana and powering up the stick quite well, and there is not even a single metal in this whole world which could actually keep up with this stick right now, as Naruto, after a bit of fun, moved the stick so fast as the sword of Mito was cut in pure half, as Mito was utterly shocked, as Naruto said, well, if this is all both of you have, then I'm quite bored. Give up already and just end this. As Menma said, gritted his teeth, as if I'm going to give up, as Menma made some distance and said, alright, you asked for it, demon, as he quickly made hand signs, as he looked towards Mito, who also nodded, and then they quickly made hand signs, summoning Jutsu, as Jiraiya's eyes widened when he remembered a single rule of the king of summoning, as he said, "No, no, Menma, don't summon it!" Mito, as even Tsunade remembered the basic rule of all the summoning contracts which they actually signed, but Menma and Mito were not hearing as there was a big puff of smoke, as Naruto said, "Well, it is interesting as there was a big toad as well as the summoning of Jiraiya as well as Tsunade that was there, as both Jiraiya and Tsunade right now are sweating hard. Even Minato knows the basic rule of summoning, as Kushina said, "What are you guys talking about? That demon is finally going to die by the hands of the summons. Both of them are strong, and if they work with the Menma and Mito, they should be able to kill the demon, right?" As Jiraiya glared at Kushina and said, "You don't even know the basic rule of summoning?" "Oh yeah, I forgot. You do not even have a summoning." As Kushina said, "What do you mean by that?" As Jiraiya said, "You know, the king of summonings. You cannot fight him. If you even fight him, it will be the rebellion against the king, and your kind will be removed." As Naruto said, "Well, it would be fun." As Naruto started to make hand signs with a rapid speed, as Jiraiya and Tsunade were utterly shocked. Even Kushina knows the rule, as Naruto said, "Summoning Jutsu," as the big Godzilla finally poof into the existence. Now, as the boss toad of both this summoning were now sweating hard, as Godzilla roared into the area, as everyone has seen Godzilla before, but it was in the barrier, and right now they're sweating hard, as Godzilla looked down upon both of these summonings, as both of the summons were utterly shocked. They never imagined that they would ever come to face with the legendary summoning, the king of all summons, Godzilla, as Godzilla's eyes glowed with red, as he said, "You, how dare you to stand before me? How dare you to rebel to your king?" As the chief toad, Gamabunta, started to sweat and said, well, my lord, we didn't knew that this guy had you as a summon." As Godzilla said, "It does not matter. You stand before me, and now you shall pay the price." As the summoning of Tsunade also started to sweat and said, "We did not know, our lord. We shall cancel the contracts with Tsunade and Jiraiya and with these kids," shocking everyone. After all, these summons known to be the legendary summonings of the legendary Stonings, and if they cancel the contract, Jiraiya will almost lose most of his power along with Tsunade. After all, she used these summonings to heal other people. As for Jiraiya, he is considered to be the sage. As then Godzilla looked towards Naruto. Naruto said, "Well, I would prefer if you just destroy their pathetic race." Now, both Gamabunto and they were sweating, but Naruto said, "But since they have realized their mistake, then it would be much fun that if they cancel the contract, but we shall have a fitting punishment for both of you." As he looked towards them, as Gamabunto said, "Yes, my lord, any punishment, we shall take it. Just have mercy on us." As Naruto said, "Alright, for 100 years, you guys will not have contract with anyone unless I say so." As both of them nodded at that, "And if you guys have a contract with anyone, just cancel it already." As both of them nodded and said, "Alright." As Jiraiya was now sweating hard, as he landed into the arena and said, "Gamabunta, you cannot do that." As Gamabunta glared at Jiraiya, "No, Jiraiya, we have to finish our contract. I cannot risk my people to die just because you have given this contract to those brats. I told you they were way too much arrogant, and now we are not going to pay the price for their arrogancy." As Jiraiya was sweating as well as Tsunade, as both of them poof away, as Tsunade's mark started to glow on her head, and then it started to vanish. As Tsunade was utterly shocked, but for a moment it vanished and then it appeared once again, as Tsunade used to use the power of the Mount Miyabozu, what was his name again? Mount Miyaboku, that type of. Jiraiya, whenever he enters into the Sage power, he used the Sage power that is in Mount Miyaboku. Same goes for Tsunade, she used the seal to gather chakra, and most of the chakra comes from that place. The seal only glows because the connection has finally shattered, as Tsunade has lost most of her chakra which she gathered in this time of her living. As Proctor said, "Alright, now that was interesting." Naruto finally looked towards Godzilla and said, "Alright." As Godzilla nodded and then poof away, as both Menma and Mito were utterly shocked, as they said, "What happened?" As Jiraiya was now glaring at Naruto and said, "You demon, how dare you to took away my summoning." As Naruto said, "It is not my fault if you did not told your students to not use summoning against me after even saying that I can use the king of summons. But if you want me, I can just told Godzilla to just end those pathetic races which gave you those summonings, If you guys even try anything, I will only have to give a single order." As Jiraiya wanted to attack Naruto, even Tsunade, but they have to control it. After all, if all those races dies, then it would be their responsibility, their fault on that. As both of them gritted and their teeth and went off. As for Naruto, as Menma said, "Hey, you demon, how dare you to threaten our summoning? Give us our contract back now." As Mito said, "Yeah, give me my contract back." As Naruto said, "Quite pathetic you are. You don't even know the basic rule of the summoning. Oh yeah, your foolish godfather must have told you to just sign the contract without even reading the contract. The first rule was to never go against the king of all summons. And you broke the very basic rule of all summoning. It is your fault, not mine. So just go with it." As both Menma and Mito were angry, as Menma said, "Alright," as he made the shadow clone as well as Mito and said, "Now you shall pay," as both of them started to sit into the ground. As Naruto had a big sweat drop on his face and said, as Menma said, "Alright, it should be done," as the clone poof away, as well as Mito said, "Yeah," as clone poof away, but they were utterly shocked because they were not entering into the sage mode. As he said, "What? Why cannot we enter into the sage mode?" As Naruto has a sweat drop on his back of his head and said, "Because your summoning contract is over and you cannot summon forth the chakra from Mount Miyaboku as the Shibuki forest, As Menma said, "What? I cannot go into the sage mode? I used almost 6 months to master it. Even before this 1 month of training, I was learning sage mode." As Naruto said, "Well, it is not my fault to begin with. Just use your power already. I'm getting bored here." As Menma was angered, as well as Mito said, "You demon," as she started to rush towards Naruto with a Rasengan in her hand. As she said, "Rasengan," as Naruto's eyes glow, as Rasengan started to move exponentially, as well as the chakra started to rotate even faster and rapidly. As Mito said, "What is happening?" As then, boom, as Rasengan got exploded into the hand of Mito, as she was sent flying, as her hand was now covered in bruises and burns. As for Minato, he was getting angrier with every passing second, as well as Kushina. As Menma tried to attack Naruto using the Rasengan, even knowing that Naruto could manipulate the chakra of the Rasengan, and it got exploded once again as he was sent flying into the wall. As Naruto said, "Well, I changed my mind. You guys are foolish. Even seeing the results, even in front of your eyes, you decide to make the same mistakes over and over again. Quite pathetic you are. Just give up already." As Menma stood up and said, "No," as he had an evil smirk on his face, as well as Mito, as he said, "Well, Naruto, don't you care about your girlfriend?" As Naruto narrowed his words, Menma with a calm face, as Menma said, "Yeah, that bitch, I tried to told her that you are a demon and date me, but she tried to slap me once again, and I have told mom about it, and guess what? She has sent Ambu. If you does not give up right now and got beaten up by both of us, then your dear girlfriend is going to die, that bitch." As Naruto inside was angry beyond belief, as everyone started to sweat as they could feel the bloodlust just radiating from Naruto's body. As Menma and Mito started to gasp for air, even Hokage was now sweating, as well as Jiraiya. They could feel the bloodlust. It was like the bloodlust of Nine Tails, even more than that. As Naruto, as all the civilians were gasping for air, it was only the Ambos who were there. After these summons, they put the barrier there so that they could protect it. But even with the barrier, the bloodlust was just radiating from Naruto. As Naruto said, "Alright, you asked for it." As he made a single hand sign and a clone popped into the existence. As Menma's eyes widened, as clone disappeared. As then, after a second, you can say after some seconds, clone got disposed, and then Naruto got the memory as he just simply massacred complete root Ambu, as those were the root Ambus which took Shion, because they wanted to test the power of the Dochutsu of Shion, because Danzo wanted it, because Danzo was here and all the root ambus that were there were simply massacred thanks to the single clone, because Naruto was right now angry as Naruto glared at both Menma and Mito as he just, you can say, disappear. All the bloodlust that was there just simply disappear, and then Naruto looked towards both Menma and Mito as his hair started to cover his eyes and said, well, usually I'm a calm person, but I never thought I would get so angry that I would completely destroy you. I told you, don't put me in a position where I got to show you how cold my heart can get. As he looked towards both of them, as his eyes started to glow with the demonic eyes, as both of them were sweating, as Menma speak up, I'm not scared of you, you demon, as Naruto said, demon, demon, as he started to laugh out loud and said, I'm not a demon, I'm a demon king, as the bloodlust finally radiated as everyone, the pressure that was so immense, even Hokage and everyone were on their knees, and Menma and Mito and Naruto said, yes, that is your position, learn it. No, I shall make you learn it. As Naruto started to walk up to them and he snapped his finger in front of their faces as all of their body parts just shattered into different pieces, as Kushina and everyone pressure was unleashed and they were standing and they were utterly shocked as Kushina was in pure horror. The arms, the legs, the heads of her children were on different parts as everyone was utterly shocked, only the blood bath that was remaining. As Jiraiya said, no, the child of prophecy, as Naruto then had two drops on his two fingers, and then he said, Ingal, as both of them were revived. They were utterly shocked, everyone was utterly shocked as the body parts just simply vanished that were there, as Naruto said, not now, as he snapped his finger once again as they were shattered into pieces. Then again summoned again, as Menma said, you demon, I'm not scared of you, and then once again snap as his body completely blew away as his blood started to shatter everywhere. The body parts disappeared once again, but the blood was still there, and then with snap once again, and all of them started to cry in pure horror as Kushina was on the ground begging Naruto to stop it, as Minato was about to use flying Raijin, but Naruto said, Hokage, it is only the 3-second limit. If I does not bring them back in 3 seconds, then no one will be able to bring them back. It is my demonic power. Yes, I'm a demon, but I'm not any demon. I'm the demon king of tyranny, the king of hell. And you guys has made an enemy out of me. Finally, I was waiting for this time, and now I shall judge all of you. Now, let the hell unleash fury on you, as everyone started to feel heat all over. The whole sky started to turn black, no red, as even Uchihas that were there were now trembling in pure fear. Itachi first thought that it was some type of genjutsu, so he used his Mangekyo Sharingan to see it, but it was no genjutsu, it was pure magic. As Naruto snapped his finger once again as Menma was about to run away, but his whole body shattered into pieces as his head started to roll towards Mito as she started to scream about brother and brother, but Naruto walked up to her as he grabbed her head and then slammed into the rolling head of the Menma, and then used the power again as both of them were revived, as Naruto grabbed the head of Menma, who was crying in this time begging for his life, as Naruto you can say snap his head into the head of Mito as both of them started to bleed, as Naruto grabbed both of them and then started to slam them all over the place, and then he said, the door to hell, as a door rose up and everyone could hear the screams coming out of the door as the chain started to engulf both of them, as both Menma and Mito were now crying, Mom, Dad, as both of them were screaming, as Minato rushed into the arena, as well as Kushina trying to use her chains to cancel out these chains, but when she used the chains, the force was so much as Kushina was trying to hold both of them, their arms and legs that were in the chains of the hair started to get melt and then shattered as the door shut, and many body parts of them went into the door as both of them started to scream in pure pain, as Menma and Mito were screaming in pure pain, as both of them had a missing leg and a missing arm, as Minato was utterly shocked and horror, as Naruto then said, well, this is what you got after attacking my girlfriend, you can say. Okay guys, here I will left this part. Just comment down in the comment section what do you guys actually want in the next part. The domination of the hidden leaf village, the domination of the world, create his own village, or things like that. And it would be quite fun if I just remove all the chakra and made Naruto the king of this world, and then the sage of six path, and those type of things will happen. Okay guys, here I will left this part, but if you guys want the next part as quick as possible, then you guys have to make at least 80 comments and 120 likes. I shall upload the next part of it as soon as possible. So guys, peace.